The Kevin Durant to the Brooklyn Nets rumors are heating up, so let's discuss how real they actually are. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk, some NBA free agency with you guys. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button because I do talk a lot of NBA on this channel. If you're an NBA fan, you are going to want to subscribe. Hit the bell icon to turn on my post notifications and also follow me on my social media links down below and on the screen for my Twitter and my Instagram. With that being said, here to talk about the biggest fish in free agency. And yes, I get it. KD suffered that catastrophic Achilles injury in the NBA Finals, and he's going to be sidelined for a year. But this is still arguably the best player in the world that is on the free agent market, and there is not a single team that wouldn't love to add him to their roster. So let's talk about the team that Vegas now has projected with the best odds to land Kevin Durant. Yes, that's right. Vegas now has the Nets as the favorites to land Kevin Durant. So I want to talk about why KD could go to the Brooklyn Nets, what are the advantages, the pros, the cons, and talk about the other situations, right? Staying in Golden State versus, maybe going to the Knicks. What will he do? But particularly talk about if he does sign with the Brooklyn Nets, what chances are there that actually happens and what could be the advantage of it? So with that being said, I don't want to wait any longer. Let's get right into it. KD to the Nets. Let's just talk about the biggest reason this could potentially happen, and that is one, Kyrie Irving. Now, say what you want about him and what happened last season with the Boston Celtics and how he kind of alienated that locker room and that front office. Kyrie Irving's still a damn good, talented player and one of the biggest names on the free agent market this summer. And he is actually the one lock, really, out of all the big names that we all expect to leave the Boston Celtics. Nobody expects him to go back to Boston. And the destination that's been most linked to him is the Brooklyn Nets. Now, again, for fans that have been following, the Brooklyn Nets have the most cap space along with the New York Knicks this summer, okay? They can add 2 max slots if they renounce D'Angelo Russell, which, again, if they get Kyrie Irving, they're expected to. So the biggest reason for Kevin Durant to go to the Brooklyn Nets is Kyrie Irving, because KD and Kyrie, and we've been hearing about this for like almost a year now, there's been rumors about them teaming up, okay? Teaming up somewhere. Now, there was rumors that they would team up in New York, but since Kyrie's linkage has now been to the Brooklyn Nets, that could potentially be the destination for Kyrie Irving. And if he goes there, it would only make sense for Kevin Durant to follow suit. And reports have also come out that the Brooklyn Nets only want Kyrie Irving if KD comes along with him, okay? So it's not like these teams want Kyrie by himself. They actually want Kyrie with KD. So that is easily, to me, the number one reason this could happen is Kevin Durant. If he sees that Kyrie Irving wants to join the Brooklyn Nets, he just teams up with him and joins the Brooklyn Nets. Now, another reason for him to potentially join the Nets, and really if he's just leaving the Golden State Warriors, is the fact that if you compare the Nets and the Knicks have the better roster. They made the playoffs last year. They've got a good young nucleus, guys like Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jarrett Allen. It's a better roster than the New York Knicks. We know that. And so that is another reason why. And if you add Kyrie Irving to that mix, along with Kevin Durant, that would propel them to championship contenders for sure. More so than it would with the New York Knicks. Now, Knicks would also be a contender if they added both. But again, we're also talking about a year from now. So in this year, in this coming season, if KD were to sign with the Nets, it would just be Kyrie Irving because KD is going to be out this whole season. But the Nets would still have the better roster to compete this year while Kevin Durant rehabs than the New York Knicks would, okay? So that's number 2, the better roster. And then 3, this is the thing people aren't talking about, better management, okay? We all know how inept of an owner James Dolan is, and he really holds the New York Knicks back. And I mentioned the roster, but the management there, Sean Marks, the GM of the Brooklyn Nets, has done a phenomenal job in his tenure there. He's done the right things. Again, the Brooklyn Nets climbed out of a salary cap hell to make the playoffs last season. Again, surrounded the team with good young players, good chemistry, and he's just done a better job than the Knicks have. The Knicks have been a train wreck. Yeah, they've got some guys like Mitchell Robinson, Kevin Knox, and now they, of course, drafted R.J. Barrett. But really, we know the Nets have the better management that you can trust. So to me, it's Kyrie Irving, it's the better roster, and it's better management. So those are really the pros here. And I kind of listed them out for you guys so you can see Kyrie Irving, better roster, and better management. Now let's talk about the cons of this, okay? And I have here the Knicks being the higher profile team, and they really are. You know what? The New York Knicks, it's the garden, it's the mecca of basketball. Say what you want about the Knicks, but they are still the New York freaking Knicks, okay? And they are the bigger market, even though it's in the same state, of course. And so the Nets really are the B team. They are the better roster, but they're the B team. So that's another reason for why this could potentially not happen. But again, the biggest reason is the money, okay? Less money, and that goes with both the Nets and the Knicks is they can't offer as much as the Golden State Warriors, who can offer a year more and potentially $30, $40 to $50 million more to Kevin Durant than either the Nets or the Knicks will. So to me, that's really the pros and cons here. Again, if Kyrie Irving joins the Brooklyn Nets, it makes them much more attractive, and them having the better roster and the better management makes them a lot more attractive than the New York Knicks. So will it happen? And that's really what it boils down to, right? Will Kevin Durant actually go to the Brooklyn Nets this summer? And here's the thing. I was initially all on the KD staying with the Warriors train, especially after the injury. Before the injury, I thought KD was leaving for sure, okay? But after the injury, I really thought about it, and I came to the conclusion that I thought Kevin Durant would stay with the Golden State Warriors just because, you know, while he rehabs, the Warriors would still be a contender. He knows them well. Of course, the management, he's been with them for 2 years, 3 years now, or 2 years actually. And so obviously the familiarity is there. But recently, Andre Iguodala has come out and he's talked about the injury concern situation where the trust really that I thought was there with the Golden State Warriors might not be there, because Iguodala talked about the fact that Kevin Durant was, you know, pushed to play with that calf injury, and which ended up having compromised his Achilles. And of course, we all know he tore his Achilles. So does he really trust the Golden State Warriors like we thought he did? Does he really trust their medical staff after they misdiagnosed him? So that's something that's really popped up that I didn't really pay attention to as much until Andre Iguodala said it. And now he said the fact that they misdiagnosed his injury last season. So maybe Kevin Durant doesn't trust the Warriors as much as we think. So where am I at with all of this? I'm going to still say this. It's 60-40 for me. For me, I still believe 60% he stays with the Golden State Warriors. But now I'm at 40% versus before I was maybe 75-25 he stays. I'm going 60-40 he stays. But I do believe that if he does leave, it's more likely that he goes to the Brooklyn Nets than the New York Knicks. And the only reason I say that is because I believe Kyrie Irving is going to the Brooklyn Nets. That's my prediction. And if Kyrie's going to the Nets, it makes sense for KD to join him. And for all the reasons I listed out. So to me, I'm 60-40. He stays. But if he goes somewhere, I think he does go to the Nets over the New York Knicks. That's just where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think. Where does KD go? Does he stay? Does he leave? And if he does leave, does he go to the Nets or does he go to the Knicks? I'm with the Nets. Where are you guys at? Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.